we present a demo to discover visual novelty in developing news story or other incoming content, such as retrieval results. The motivation is to understand whether there is new visual information in content, so content that has not been depicted before. So this is the case when a new video comes in and you want to compare it to a collection, or to understand if a new retrieval result contains any new information over those that have already been retrieved. A user may work with multiple content collections in such a case. For example, a journalist may work on different stories. So this is different from recommendation, as it doesn't refer to a personal preference, but to a content collection. This can be broken down into two tasks. The first is to assign new multimedia documents to a thematically relevant collection, a task known as topic threading. And the second is to determine whether there is actual novel information with respect to the other multimedia documents of this topic. We want to address that in a multimodal way. This could be done using multimodal models, but those are actually computationally expensive and do not reach the same level of performance as text-based models. We thus settled for text as the intermediate representation for both the topic threading and the novelty detection task. In order to run topic threading, we first need to obtain a textual description of the video. We run shot boundary detection to segment the video into smaller units, as running video to text on a large video with all its complexity does not yield good results. The shots are thematically well-defined units for which we can obtain good descriptions. In our case, we use intern LMX Composer 2.5. However, we would like to have a single description per video, so we aggregate them using Llama 3.1. The prompt that we use addresses the preservation of the temporal ordering, some noise filtering, and deduplication. We then feed these texts into the uStory framework, which is a method proposed in 2023, which performs topic matching using TF-IDF first, and then performs sentence embedding using Roberta in the original implementation, which we have replaced with a variant of clip in our implementation. Then for these sentence-based embeddings, a weight contribution for each topic is determined, which also includes a time decaying weighting to account for developing stories. For determining the novelty, the basic workflow is that we have the captions of both videos, and then we extract facts from these descriptions, again, using Llama 3.1. So we get a list of very short factual statements. And then we look into two approaches for comparing those facts. First one is to classify them into entailment, contradiction, or neutral. So whether facts are entailed by the other document, contradicting it, or just not mentioned. The second one is to directly classify them into known or unknown. The second one turns out to be the better performing one. In both cases, we have a prompt that requests reasoning for the classification so that we can also provide explanations to the user. And we aggregate to the collection level in a strict sense, meaning that we consider a document only as novel if and only if it is novel with respect to all the documents in the collection. In the demo, we have a set of contents, for example, related to Amsterdam Central Station with content descriptions. We'll see how those are obtained. In addition, we have a second set of contents related to the colonial history of the Netherlands in Indonesia. Now let's add a new video. We select the video and uploaded it, and we can inspect the video while in the background content description and aggregation of the description is running. We then get a description of the entire video item, and we can run the novelty detection compared to all other items in the same content collection, so related to the same story. We get a list of facts that are either considered novel, shown here in orange, or white because they are at least known in one of the other items. In addition to the novelty score, the novelty assessment for each fact relative to each of the other media items is provided, together with a reason what makes the fact novel or not, as determined by the LLM in the background.